Welcome back to our YouTube channel, The Book Digest. In today's episode, we're diving into a powerful and practical summary of Quit by Annie Duke. Now, if you don't know Annie Duke, she has this incredible background that's just perfect for this topic. I mean, she's not just an academic who studied cognitive psychology, she spent 2 decades as a professional poker player. And that experience gave her a masterclass in making really tough, high-stakes decisions with incomplete information, and crucially, knowing when it's time to fold a bad hand.
We've all heard this, right? I mean, 1,000 times. It's the mantra on every motivational poster. It's the theme of every underdog sports movie. It's basically drilled into us from day one that grit, that just absolute refusal to give up, is the secret sauce to success.
But here's the thing. Annie Duke's book comes along and says that this whole idea, it isn't just wrong, it's dangerously wrong. She makes this incredible case that quitting isn't a weakness at all. It's a skill. And honestly, she argues it's one of the most important and difficult skills you can learn if you want to achieve any kind of long-term success.
So why are we so obsessed with grit? Well, the problem, as Duke points out, is that our whole view of success is built on this heavily distorted picture of reality. And this flawed picture, it has real-world consequences. I'm talking wasted time, wasted money, and just countless missed opportunities.
Just think about the stories we tell. It's always the entrepreneur who nearly went broke before they built a billion-dollar company, or the athlete who overcame some career-ending injury to win the championship. We see that one person who made it, and we just automatically assume their success came from pure persistence. But what about the 99 other people who had the exact same amount of grit, who pushed just as hard but failed anyway? Yeah, we never hear their stories. They just become invisible, which creates this massive blind spot in how we think about what it actually takes to succeed.
You know, this whole phenomenon actually has a name. It's called survivorship bias. It means we're drawing these huge conclusions from a set of data that only includes the winners. It's a cognitive trap, and it tricks us into believing that just sticking it out is always the cause of success, because we literally never see all the evidence of the times it led straight to failure.
Okay, so if the logic is clear, why is quitting so incredibly hard to actually do? Well, Duke argues it's because our own brains are working against us. We get caught in these 2 really powerful psychological traps that just keep us stuck.
So the first trap is the sunk cost fallacy. This is that little voice in your head that's screaming, "But I've already put in 3 years in all my savings." But here's the hard truth. Those resources, they're already gone. They are sunk. They have absolutely no bearing on the best decision for your future.
And this fallacy gets supercharged by another one of our brain's little quirks, loss aversion. Psychologists have found that the pain of a loss feels roughly twice as powerful as the pleasure of an equal gain. So when we think about quitting, we don't see it as cutting our future losses. No, we see it as making a past loss real, and that just feels absolutely terrible. So the key, the real mental trick here, is to force yourself to ask the right question. You have to stop asking, how can I make my past investment worthwhile, and start asking, from this exact moment forward, right now, which path gives me the best shot at a good outcome? The past is completely irrelevant to that calculation.
Now, the second trap is, well, it's maybe even more powerful. It's the identity trap. This is when we've woven a goal into our very sense of self. You know, I am an entrepreneur, or I am a doctor. When that happens, quitting doesn't just feel like changing a strategy. It feels like a personal failure. It feels like an attack on our very identity.
Overcoming these traps is definitely tough, but here's the good news. Duke provides this fantastic toolkit full of mental models to help us make these decisions more rationally and escape that powerful pull of just sticking with it.
First up is one of my favorites. It's called the Monkeys and Pedestals framework. Okay, imagine your big goal is to train a monkey to stand on a pedestal and recite Shakespeare. Most of us, what would we do? We'd start by building the pedestal, because it's the easy, tangible part. But the real massive risk in this whole project is the monkey. The smart move is to tackle that hardest, most uncertain part first. If you can't get the monkey to talk, you've just saved yourself from building a completely useless pedestal.
Next is a tool that comes straight from Duke's poker background, thinking in terms of expected value. Now, this is just a simple way of making rational decisions when you don't know what the future holds. Instead of just guessing, you weigh the potential upsides and downsides of a choice, you factor in the probabilities, and you see which path gives you the best bet on average.
And a crucial piece of calculating expected value is something we almost always forget: opportunity cost. I mean, look at this. Every single day you spend pushing that boulder uphill isn't just a day of wasted effort. It's a day you could have spent on a clearer path with a much better prize. The true cost of sticking with something is the value of the best alternative you're giving up.
Duke also offers a whole bunch of other practical tools. For example, you can set what she calls kill criteria, basically deciding in advance the conditions under which you'll quit so you're not making an emotional decision in the heat of the moment. Or you can find a quitting coach, and I don't mean a cheerleader. I mean an objective friend who can tell you the hard truths. You can even explore parallel paths, kind of testing out an alternative option before you have to fully abandon your current one.
So, when you start to combine all these tools and mindsets, it leads to this really powerful conclusion. Quitting stops being the sign of failure. Instead, it becomes what it actually is, a strategic advantage.
This slide just crystallizes that whole shift in thinking, doesn't it? Quitting is not a character flaw. It is a decision-making skill. It is not failure, it is a strategic pivot. And it is definitely not weakness, it's the courageous protection of your most valuable resources, your time, your energy, and your future.
And this quote from Duke, wow, it gets to the absolute heart of the matter. The people who truly succeed aren't the ones who never quit. They are the ones who quit the right things. Success isn't about blind persistence. It's about the strategic allocation of that persistence.
So I'll leave you with a question to apply to your own life. Take a hard look at your projects, your goals, your career, whatever it is. What easy, comfortable pedestal are you building right now, all while you're ignoring the difficult, uncertain monkey that your entire plan depends on?